Milk seems like one of the simplest products in the grocery store, but once you start comparing brands, flavors, sugar levels, protein, and ingredient lists, the differences become surprisingly large. Some cartons contain little more than milk and vitamins. Others add sugar, cocoa, flavorings, stabilizers, and sweeteners, while still being marketed as nutritious everyday drinks. And some newer ultra-filtered milks completely change the protein to sugar ratio. So today we're looking at real milk products sold in the United States. We'll start with the ones I'd think twice about drinking every day, and finish with the options that stand out for simpler ingredients or stronger nutrition. Let's begin. 112. Your TruMoo chocolate whole milk TruMoo sounds like a straightforward chocolate milk, and it still provides 8 grams of protein per cup, but the standard chocolate whole milk contains 23 grams of total sugar, including 11 grams of added sugar per serving. That doesn't make it automatically bad, but for something you're drinking every single day, 11 grams of added sugar adds up quickly. This is better treated as a flavored drink than as a replacement for plain milk. 11. Horizon Organic Chocolate. 1% milk. The word organic can make a product sound automatically healthier, but organic doesn't mean sugar-free. Horizon Organic Shelf-Stable Chocolate 1% milk contains 22 grams of total sugar, including 10 grams of added sugar along with 8 grams of protein. You still get milk, protein, calcium, and vitamin D, but you're also getting a meaningful amount of added sugar. The lesson: don't let the word organic stop you from checking the nutrition facts panel. 10. Fairlife Chocolate Ultra Filtered Milk. Fairlife is interesting because nutritionally it's much stronger than many traditional chocolate milks. 1 cup contains 13 grams of protein and 12 grams of total sugar, but 6 of those grams are added sugar, so compared with standard chocolate milk, it's relatively high in protein and lower in sugar. But compared with plain milk, it's still a sweetened beverage. A better chocolate milk option? Yes. The same thing as plain milk? No. 9. TruMoo Regular Flavored Milk. The issue isn't really TruMoo itself, it's the flavored category. TruMoo's standard chocolate whole milk provides 8 grams of protein, but also 11 grams of added sugar per cup. That's why you need to look at the specific product instead of assuming the entire brand is good or bad. In fact, TruMoo now sells a high-protein chocolate milk with 0 added sugar. We'll come back to that later. 8. Horizon Shelf Stable Chocolate Milk Boxes. These little boxes are incredibly convenient for school lunches and travel, but convenience doesn't change the nutrition label. The standard Horizon Organic Chocolate Box contains 10 grams of added sugar per serving. Interestingly, Horizon also makes a separate lactose-free chocolate milk specifically marketed with no added sugar. Same brand, very different nutritional profile. That's exactly why reading the label matters. What's 7? Nesquik Chocolate Powder. This one isn't technically bottled milk, but millions of people use it to turn plain milk into chocolate milk. The first ingredient in the traditional Nesquik chocolate powder is sugar, and that's important. Milk already contains naturally occurring lactose. Adding a sugar-based powder turns a simple glass of milk into a much sweeter drink. There is now a no sugar added Nesquik powder as well, so again, the exact product matters. The 6. Highly sweetened chocolate milk in general. This final entry isn't one specific brand. It's a rule worth remembering. If a milk product contains 10 or 11 grams of added sugar per cup, that can mean roughly 2.5 teaspoons of additional sugar on top of the milk's naturally occurring lactose. Products like standard TruMoo chocolate and Horizon chocolate fall around that range. If you're drinking it occasionally, that's one thing. If it's your everyday milk, plain versions usually make more sense. Now, the better options. Now things get more interesting, because some brands have managed to increase protein, reduce added sugar, or keep the ingredient list extremely simple. 6. Nesquik 0 grams added sugar chocolate low-fat milk. This surprised me. Nesquik now offers a chocolate low-fat milk with 0 grams of added sugar. It contains 14 grams of protein per serving and 21 grams of total sugar, which comes from the milk rather than added sugar. That makes it very different from the traditional image people may have of sugary chocolate milk. If you specifically want flavored milk, this is one worth comparing. 5. TruMoo High Protein Chocolate Whole Milk. TruMoo also has a completely different product from its standard chocolate milk. Its high protein chocolate whole milk provides 13 grams of protein and 0 grams of added sugar. That's a major nutritional difference from the standard version. This is a perfect example of why judging a whole brand by one product doesn't work. Same brand, different formulation, very different result. 4. Horizon Organic No Added Sugar Lactose-Free Milk. Horizon now offers a shelf-stable, lactose-free milk with no added sugar. Each serving contains 8 grams of protein along with calcium and vitamins A and D. This makes sense for people who want the convenience of shelf-stable milk but want to avoid added sugar. And because it's lactose-free, it may also work better for people who have trouble digesting lactose. 3. Horizon Organic Plain Milk. This is where milk gets refreshingly boring. Plain Horizon Organic milk doesn't need chocolate flavoring or sweeteners to make a health claim. The brand's regular milk line centers on dairy milk with the expected nutrients like protein, calcium, and vitamin D. When you're buying milk for everyday use, boring can actually be a good thing. Look for plain milk, check that added sugar is 0, and move on. Hacker 2, Fairlife Plain Ultra Filtered Milk. Fairlife's biggest advantage isn't chocolate flavor, it's ultrafiltration. The company markets its ultra-filtered milk as having 50% more protein and 50% less sugar than regular milk. That makes plain Fairlife particularly interesting for people who want more protein without moving to a protein shake. It's still dairy milk. The nutrition profile is simply altered through filtration. 1. Plain milk with 0 added sugar. And number 1 isn't really one brand. It's the easiest shopping rule in the entire video. Buy plain milk. Turn the carton around. Look for 0 grams added sugar, around 8 grams of protein for standard milk, and a short ingredient list. That's it. You don't need chocolate flavoring. You don't need energy marketing. You don't need a giant protein claim unless higher protein is specifically what you're looking for. Sometimes the simplest milk in the refrigerator is exactly the one worth buying. Outro, here's the biggest lesson. Don't judge milk by the brand name. And don't judge it by words like organic, high protein, lactose free, or ultra filtered. Look at the actual product. The same company can sell one milk with 10 or 11 grams of added sugar and another with 0. Check added sugar, check protein, read the ingredients, and decide whether you're buying everyday milk or a sweet drink made with milk. Because once you know what to look for, the difference becomes surprisingly easy to spot.